Hello everyone and welcome. The message for today is you can't build a future when you're stuck in the past. See, you shouldn't try to build a future while looking back. It's like you don't run forward. You don't look back to run forward, do you? You'll trip over what's right in front of you, or you'll run into something. You'll run into a wall because you can only, looking from the past and then looking back to the future can be disorienting. Just like looking behind you while you're running and looking in front of you, especially when there's a lot of obstacles. You got a whole obstacle course in front of you. What are you worried about? The obstacles you already left behind. There's an obstacle course right in front of you, and you're gonna trip over all that and run into all the walls and fall into all the booby traps, because you're stuck worried about what would have been, could have been, should have been, or what you think should have been. But what should have been is what you should be doing right now, which is looking into your future and getting over the obstacles that are ahead of you. This is why people from the past love coming back and talking about your past, because in the past you were vibrating lower. You were vibrating on their level. So you made it out of a place that they were stuck in, that they could not make it out of, or they have not made it out of yet. And they want you on that level so they can still have the access to you. See, they don't have the same access to you as they did in the past, but they want that access back. And that's one thing you can't have it. You can't be going back to lower vibrational things or lower vibrational energies to mess with these people. If they really want to have something to do with you, they'll catch up. And if it's meant to be, they will catch up. Don't go back looking back at these people and tripping over what's in front of you. You don't have to live in your past because you have people doing it for you for free. You don't even have to pay these people, man. They live in your past. You don't. That was just your stepping stone, and they were part of the obstacle course. And now they're trying to be a part of the obstacle course for your future. So make them a non-fucking factor. NFF. So, elevate so high that if it's on the ground, you hop, you don't even have to touch it. You don't have to make any real effort. You just fly right over it, or you step on it as if it ain't even there, like it's a bug or something. It's kind of like, people are like, oh, why don't aliens come here? Well, it's kind of like, I forgot who I heard this from, but would you have a conversation with the worm? Well, if that's the case, then that's how aliens feel about us. And that's how you should feel about these people that you leave behind. There's nothing for you to talk about. There's nothing to be said, no amount of apologizing, because the whole thing is people know what they're doing. In my case, I only have patience for the elderly, the ones who have paid their dues. They definitely, they did their part in society, and the babies, the children. Anybody else in between can fuck off. These grown-ass people, they know what they're doing when they're doing it. Like, they can play dumb all they want to, but they know what their intentions are. And certain things you do, you cannot hide intention. I don't care what you say. And yeah, just you need to elevate so much that these people aren't even an obstacle. Like, no matter what little bullshit they do, no matter what little bullshit they try to say, you have to elevate so high that they can't even get to you, and the people around you won't even entertain someone of that character or that caliber. That's where you need to elevate to, and then that's when the name calling, whatever's gonna start. Oh, you're Hollywood, you bougie, now you think you're too good, and then that's where they're gonna really try to dig on the dirt of your past, or what they presumed you to be when they were dealing with you, right? Like if you're a female, they love try to use oh, you were a booty call. Well, it was more than likely mutual, but you don't need to sink to that level. Let them stay on that level, because that's the vibration they're on, and that's the vibration they're trying to get you to have access in order to be able to dig on you. Because once you vibrate to that level, to their level again, right, you vibrate lower than they do, right? Because you want to get back at them. So in order to get back at a lower vibrational person, you have to vibrate lower, right? You have to, think of the coldest insult, or you can vibrate higher. You can't tell them about themselves in a classy way, and you don't have to dig on them. You could just go straight facts. No insults, no how I really feel about you, because at the end of the day, tell them to tell God how they feel about you, and the shit they got to talk about you on Judgment Day. Tell them to talk to God about you on their Judgment Day, and let's see how that rolls over. So let them stay stuck in your past. Let them stay at that vibration because that's, you know, that's where they are. That's the only thing they ever had over you, you know, and even then they weren't vibrating higher than you. That's why they tried to keep you stuck. And this goes the same for anybody you try to build with. If they're living in the past, your past or theirs, you know, there are levels you won't be able to reach because they're stuck in the past, especially if you're trying to hold on to them. You know, if they want to stay stuck in their past and you're elevating, then leave their ass there, you know, and whatever the case may be. Because you don't have time. Life is too short, and, you know, you get energy, but you know, whether it's balanced or not, you don't want to waste time and energy, precious time and energy, especially yours. You know, you try to be courteous of everybody else's, but definitely, you know, cautious of how you spend yours on dealing with people. And if you're dealing with somebody that's always stuck in the past, always arguing in circles, keep it pushing, man. You know, like, don't even engage. If you have to live with these people, so on and so forth, don't even engage. You know, cut that shit short, man, and keep it pushing, and work on a project or something. You know, use that fuel. If they manage to piss you off or manage to have you almost vibrating at another level, use that for fuel, and use that to, you know, transmute that energy into something that's going to build something for you, build a strong foundation for you, be it your temperament, your self-esteem, your patience. So many different things you can build on, so many aspects of your life that you can build on, instead of wasting your time being simmering and being mad and sitting in toxic energy about a motherfucker who isn't even on your level. You know, they will be your stepping stools, but it's not always going to be in the way you think. Find a way to transmute that energy and find a way to build off of it, you know, on any aspect that you can. Everything has a lesson, you know. So I'll leave you with that. Eat water, drink water, eat roots. Life is too short to be worried about what somebody else is doing, and no matter how much they tell you, how much they pay you for, your time is the only thing that is truly priceless. So tell people what your time is worth. Peace.